Hey everyone, welcome back to my vinyl collection. Today, finally going to talk about the album Night Driver by Busted. Now, after 13 years, finally we get a brand new Busted album, and here it is. Now, straight away on the artwork, you get a brand new logo with a smooth yet edgy feel to it. Obviously, it's leaning to one direction, suggesting a sense of movement. And I like the brush effect, the brush strokes, and the worn and torn aesthetic. Underneath, you get much more contemporary font for Night Driver, and both of these combined, I think, hints towards the new genre and direction of music that they're going into. Now, the backdrop obviously is quite nice, with a lovely photo taken here, with a beautiful Los Angeles backdrop and gradient for the post-sunset sky, which I think is very fitting towards the colours that they used here. And in fact, they're in sort of a silhouette sort of effect in a sense of shadow, really creates a sense of mysteriousness and also a serious sort of attitude, which I think overall makes it a very impactful and creative cover. Obviously, it's coated in a glossy finish, which can be a good and a bad thing. I think it's bad because it's very prone to fingerprints, but because it's glossy, it can be wiped away very easily. And also, it helps making taking out the inner sleeve very smooth, just like that. Now, obviously on here you get another beautiful, lovely photo of them staring at the LA backdrop here, the skyline, and also the lovely use of colour grading and colours in general, the purples, the blues, the pinks. All is very fitting with the overall aesthetic of the album in terms of visual looks and the music. And also on the back here you get, again, carrying on some same sort of colour scheme, but also it contains the lyrics on the actual sleeve itself. There are some typos here and some lyrics missing, which is a little bit annoying on certain songs, but I won't go into that too much. And obviously the thank yous are down here. And the vinyl for this one is obviously the opaque white version, 12 inch, 33 RPM, so pretty standard. Now, this is a 12 song track list, and it has a very funky dance feel to it as opposed to the earlier stuff, which I thoroughly enjoy and is very refreshing to hear at the same time. And also, it's definitely an album that can only be experienced properly with really good speakers and headphones. Now, also, I like to say that, again, I'm really proud of these guys to be in their position that they are in now, to be able to do what the hell they want and experiment with new types of music and genres, and as well as combining several types of music and genres which I think they've done in this album really well. And also, I feel like it's very good that they're in a position where they can write about different things, because obviously there's a lot of people who are disappointed in their new music and also people who really love it. Now, for people who are disappointed, and they shouldn't be, because obviously it's been 10 years, or more than 10 years in fact, and you wouldn't write the same songs you would do 10 years ago because you're not the same person you are 10 years ago. So obviously it makes perfect sense to have changed their sound to develop into something new. That's not to say that they can't still try and write something like that sounds somewhat like it. It just makes a lot of sense, and it's not a huge surprise that they've gone into this direction. Now, a few standout tracks on this album would obviously be the title track called Night Driver, and I'm loving the way they've introduced the use of electronic vocals into this and all these effects and sort of the instruments that they've used, as well as the bass drum on this one's just perfect. New York is another favourite of mine. I really like the way the intro to the song, as each instrument's introduced and the vocals are being introduced, and there's a very euphoric sense to it, and great use of echo and reverb, giving a very stadium feeling effect to it, which is very impactful and very energetic at the same time. And also, I really like the fact that it has a similar sound to The City by the 1975. Now, On What You're On is obviously one of the best tracks on the album, that goes without saying. Thinking of You is a song that debuted on Children in Need, and it's a really sweet track, and it's also has a very infectiously catchy chorus to it, and I love the use of electronic vocals in this one. I think it's very, even though it's repetitive, I think it's quite balanced and well used, and also like a bit dreamy at the same time. And also another song that's quite dreamy is One of a Kind. When I was released as their third single, I wasn't too keen on it at first, but when I listened to it on vinyl for the first time, I fell off it straight away. I'm not too sure why, but I did. And I guess I like the fact that it's a bit psychedelic, there's really funky instruments used, and it just sounds really fun. Now, Easy is obviously one of my favourite tracks on this album. It's a song that actually, when they released a video for it, that's the live version, which was so well recorded I was convinced it was the proper studio version, but it isn't, because it's actually sung slightly differently on the studio version you got on the album, which is quite fun to hear. Now, I Will Break Your Heart's another fun track on the album. It's not one of the best, but it's still a fun song to listen to, with a great use of saxophone, which I think has been used really well in other songs as well. And the album closes with a track called Those Days Are Gone, which is a song that kicks off very reminiscent to Charlie's solo stuff, and it's a song that really showcases how well Charlie can sing. Now, in general, I'm really impressed in the way they've been able to combine various genres into their music, everything from pop, rock, funk, disco, 80s synth pop, electro and contemporary music into something quite special, and most importantly into an excellent comeback album. which is going to keep our ears busy for a while. Now I think one of the best ways to describe a combination of artists and bands that they sound like now in this album would be a combination of Daft Punk, Michael Jackson and the 1975. And that does it for my review of Night Driver by Busted. If you guys found this video helpful in some way, please feel free to show support by liking, commenting and subscribing to my channel if you want to. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys next time, so see ya.